I'll kind of start off with one of the top two important things, if not most important factors going into the season. Is kind of the coaching aspect, and in particular, the Bulls head coach Jim Boylan. He was obviously very much himself during the media day, and where he even started this pressure with Gar and Pax out by, kind of still profusely thanking them and buttering them up as if, still kind of gunning for that new contract. And he kind of threw in, some of his few buzzwords like he like to use often. With that said, he also kind of set the goal and the mindset up for this team going into this season that they wanted to make the playoffs. To start with you, Matt, what did you take away from Jim Boylan's presser and the overall comments that he made during the whole presser?
Well, yeah, I mean, other than being just disgusted by how much he was, brown-nosing to Gar and Pax to start his comments, I mean, I wasn't surprised to hear that because we all know how much Jim Boylan just, is so appreciative of the opportunity that Gar and Pax gave him by promoting him to this head coaching chair. So I wasn't surprised to hear him gush over Gar and Pax, but, Jim Boylan was at least being honest when he was saying that Gar and Pax did a decent job this offseason. And as someone who is ready to see turnover in those positions, I think they've had more than enough time to get their fair share to get this right. I still had to give them some credit because I thought the offseason moves they made were wise ones. So I agreed with Boylan there. I just thought he was, being total classic Jim Boylan with the profusive praise, as you were saying. But as far as making the bold prediction to make the playoffs, honestly, even as someone who's more of a realist and maybe a borderline pessimist, thinking that even if the Bulls are making a jump this season, which if they stay healthy, I think they can, I still think they're going to fall short of the playoffs this year, but I still thought that should be the goal coming into this season. You have an all-star caliber player in Zach LaVine. You have maybe another, budding all-star in Lauri Markkanen. If he could put a fully healthy season together, maybe we can get another 30-plus games compared to the 44 we got from Wendell in his rookie year. As I mentioned, I like the pieces they added in free agency. I think that they should set the goal of making the playoffs for themselves this season. So I'm glad that Jim Boylan did say that without, skirting any edges or straddling any fences. He said flatly, that's our goal, is to make the playoffs. And I think that should be the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. And it was refreshing that they were all in sync about this and that they all just flat out put it on the table. They said, this is the year that, we think we can make the playoffs. And that is the goal. And that is what we're going to hold our team to. And hopefully that is what this, organization and team are held accountable to if, that doesn't pan out at the end. So, a very refreshing thing to hear to start off media day. They kind of set the bar. They established the mood. They established what they're looking for in the season. And now it's really up to the players and the coaching staff to see if this team can really do that. And like you, me and Salim as well, we've been really high on the moves that they made in the offseason. They've made a lot of moves that fit this team really well. They brought in, a few veterans who fit this team really well and could really have a positive impact on the locker room, and Thaddeus Young and Tomas Satoransky. And, they seem to be doing very well in training camp to start. And, they are very welcome pieces to have, whether they're going to be starting or whether they're going to be coming off the bench. So, yeah, I thought it was a really welcome, change of pace for this team to actually have, something that they were going to put on the table because, they didn't do that last year, even though they walked around it a little bit last year after the Jabari Parker signing. And, there was a little bit of hope last year that they could be a playoff team, but it's good this year that they're saying this is the bar and, we have to reach it this year.